Being a father is a role that often comes with a set image, one that doesn't always match who a Sigma male truly is. Most people expect dads to be loud, outgoing, and always involved in every part of family life. But Sigma males don't work that way. They are quiet, independent, and focused on doing things their own way. That makes some people wonder, are they cold-hearted fathers or just misunderstood? From the outside, a Sigma father might seem distant. He might not say much. He might spend a lot of time alone. He might not show emotion the way others do. This can lead people to assume that he doesn't care or that he's not interested in being a dad. But that's far from the truth. Sigma males have their own way of showing love and support. They don't follow traditional parenting roles. They're not overly affectionate, and they don't give a lot of praise. Instead, they lead by example. They teach through action, not just words. And they raise their kids to be independent, just like them. This can be hard for people to understand. To some, it looks like he's disconnected. But if you look deeper, there's often a strong bond underneath the surface, one built on respect, not control. In this video, we'll break down 6 reasons why Sigma males are often misunderstood as fathers. These truths show that their silence, space, and distance aren't about lacking love. They come from a different kind of strength, a quiet strength that many don't recognize right away. Reason 1. Valuing independence. Sigma males live by one rule: think for yourselves. This value doesn't change when they become fathers. In fact, it becomes even more important. They want their children to grow up strong, capable, and self-reliant. So instead of doing everything for their kids, they teach them how to do it on their own. To outsiders, this can seem cold. A Sigma father might not rush to fix every problem or offer comfort in every moment. He gives support, but he also gives space. He believes that real growth comes through struggle. If a child never faces hard things alone, how will they learn to trust themselves? This is why a Sigma dad doesn't hover. He won't always check in, and he won't hold his child's hand every step of the way. But he's always watching, always ready to step in when it truly matters. That balance between distance and protection is how he shows love. His goal isn't to raise a child who depends on him. It's to raise someone who can stand without him. This style of parenting confuses people who believe love means being present every second. But to a Sigma male, love means preparing your child to live without needing you. He'll encourage independent thinking, even if it means disagreeing with him. He won't force his kids to follow the same path he did. Instead, he'll guide them to find their own. And when they do, he won't try to take credit. He'll be proud, quietly, from the background. That's the Sigma way. Reason 2. Nonconformity to traditional roles. Sigma males don't fit into boxes, and that includes the role of dad. Society has a script for what a father should look like. Strong leader, firm voice, hands-on every day. But Sigma males don't follow that script. They create their own version of fatherhood based on who they are, not what people expect. They don't try to be the center of the family. They don't always take charge. Instead, they let things unfold naturally. They're present, but not controlling. They listen more than they speak. And they won't force authority just because they're the father. If respect isn't earned, they don't want it. This often leads people to see them as passive or disconnected. But they're not. They're simply not playing a role to fit in. They parent in a way that matches their real values: freedom, honesty, and quiet strength. For example, a Sigma dad won't join every school event or try to impress other parents. He won't put on a smile just to look like a good dad. He stays true to himself, even if that means being misunderstood. His kids learn from this. They see someone who doesn't follow crowds or fake emotion, and over time they learn to do the same. That lesson alone is worth more than any perfect image. Reason 3. Preference for solitude. Sigma males are not social by nature. They enjoy being alone. That's how they recharge, think clearly, and stay grounded. This trait doesn't go away when they become fathers. It stays. And because of that, people often think they're distant or emotionally closed off. But the truth is, their need for solitude doesn't mean they love their kids any less. A Sigma dad might not always be in the middle of family life. He might spend long hours alone, reading, working, or simply thinking. He's not avoiding anyone. He's taking care of his own mind so that he can be present when it truly matters. This can be hard for others to understand. Most people are used to the idea that a good parent is always there, always talking, always checking in. But Sigma males don't believe in being loud just to show love. They believe in being strong, calm, and steady. And to stay that way, they need time alone. His children may not always understand this at first. They might wonder why Dad needs quiet, or why he doesn't talk as much. But over time, they learn that his silence isn't distance, it's stability. When he does speak or spend time with them, it's real. It's focused. It's not rushed or forced. Some people mistake this for being cold-hearted, but it's actually the opposite. Sigma males want to give their kids the best of themselves, not what's left over after social burnout. And the only way they can do that is by protecting their solitude. They're also teaching a lesson through this behavior. They're showing their kids that being alone is not a bad thing, that you don't always have to be around others to be happy, that you can be strong, whole, and peaceful on your own. In a noisy world, that lesson is powerful. So yes, a Sigma dad might disappear into his own world sometimes. He might choose quiet over chaos, but when he returns, he brings his full energy with him. No distractions, no pretending, just presence. That's what makes his parenting different. Not louder, not more involved, just more intentional. Reason 4. Emphasis on quality over quantity. Sigma males don't believe that more time automatically means better connection. They focus on quality over quantity, especially in their role as fathers. They may not be around all day, and they may not always join every small moment, but when they are present, they're all in. That's their style, focused, intentional, and meaningful. This often gets misunderstood. People might say, he's not around enough, or he doesn't do enough with his kids. But what they don't see is that the Sigma male is paying close attention to how he spends time, not just how much. If he sits down with his child, it's with full focus. No distractions, no fake smiles. He's really there. Many fathers feel pressure to always be involved, to say yes to everything, to always be on. But Sigma males don't fake connection. If they're not in the right headspace, they won't force it. They'd rather wait until they can give their full energy than show up half-hearted. That choice may seem distant, but it's actually a sign of respect for their children and for themselves. The Sigma dad doesn't overload the schedule with constant activity. Instead, he creates space for real conversations, deep thoughts, and honest bonding. It might be during a quiet drive, a one-on-one dinner, or just sitting in silence together. These small moments, when they're real, carry more weight than a full day of surface-level time. This is something that often shows in the long run. As their kids grow, they remember those powerful moments, the ones where they felt seen, heard, and respected. That's what the Sigma male aims for. He's not trying to be the busiest dad. He's trying to be the most real. He also teaches his kids that life isn't about filling time. It's about meaning. He shows them that silence can be comfortable, that attention is more important than noise, and that presence means more than being physically nearby all the time. To the outside world, it might seem like the Sigma father is too quiet, too private, or not involved enough. But his children feel something different. They feel a calm, steady energy that isn't tied to hours on a clock. It's tied to the quality of every shared moment. Reason 5. Teaching through action. Sigma males aren't the type to give long lectures. They don't go on and on about how life works or how their kids should behave. Instead, they teach by example. Their lessons don't come from words. They come from what they do, how they live, and how they carry themselves every single day. This quiet way of teaching can be easy to miss. A Sigma dad might not sit his child down and say, "Here's how to be responsible," but his child watches him wake up early, handle problems calmly, and make thoughtful decisions. That's how the lesson is passed down. He doesn't talk about honesty, he shows it. He doesn't brag about hard work, he lives it. And because he leads this way, his children learn without being pushed. They follow what they see, not what they're told. This style can be misunderstood. Some people say, he never talks to his kids, or he doesn't give them advice. But what they don't understand is that Sigma males believe actions speak louder than any words. They believe real lessons are the ones you live out, not just the ones you say. This method also builds stronger respect over time. Children may not always notice it right away, but as they grow up, they remember how their dad handled tough times. They remember how he stayed calm when others panicked, how he stood his ground without being loud, and how he worked hard without ever asking for praise. Sigma dads don't chase attention, even from their own kids. They don't need to hear thank you to feel proud. Their goal isn't to be celebrated. It's to raise strong, thoughtful people who know how to stand on their own. That goal shapes every action they take. This approach also gives their kids more freedom. Instead of being told what to do every moment, they learn by watching and doing. They build independence because the Sigma father trusts them to grow and trusts himself to show the way without shouting it. So yes, a Sigma dad might not always explain his thoughts. He might not say, "I love you" 10 times a day, but his actions say it all. His consistency, his presence, and his quiet strength teach more than any speech ever could. Reason 6. Selective social engagement. Sigma males are naturally private. They don't enjoy big crowds, loud events, or constant social interaction. This doesn't change when they become fathers. In fact, it becomes even more clear. They're very selective about where they show up, who they talk to, and how they engage with the world around their children. And because of that, people often misunderstand them. A Sigma dad might skip school events, avoid group parent chats, or keep to himself at birthday parties. It's not because he doesn't care. It's because those environments drain him. He doesn't like fake smiles, forced small talk, or showing up just to be seen. If something doesn't feel real or necessary, he won't take part. This selective engagement makes others think he's disconnected. Some may even say he's antisocial or uninterested in his child's life. But that's not true. He just doesn't think being involved means being everywhere. For him, presence should have purpose. If the moment doesn't add value or strengthen his connection with his child, he's not going to waste energy on it. At home, though, he's present in a different way. He listens. He observes. He protects. His child knows that while he may not always be out front in public, he's always close and paying attention. His strength comes in quiet moments, not public appearances. He also teaches his kids an important lesson through this behavior. You don't need to please everyone. You don't need to show up just because it's expected. You can choose how and when to engage with the world based on what feels right to you. Sigma males also don't care what other parents think. They're not trying to win Dad of the Year by being the loudest or most seen. They're focused on what really matters, raising strong, smart, and independent kids. That focus shapes every decision they make, including where they show up socially. Their children grow up learning how to set boundaries, say no, and protect their time. These lessons don't come from speeches. They come from watching a father who lives by those rules every day. So while others might judge a Sigma male for being quiet, distant, or invisible in social settings, his child sees something else, a father who doesn't need the world's approval to show his love. Sigma males don't act like most fathers, and that's exactly why they get misunderstood. They aren't loud. They don't chase attention. And they won't follow rules just because others expect them to. Instead, they father in their own quiet way. A way that's built on strength, independence, and deep purpose. To the outside world, they might seem cold, too distant, too private. But their children often know the truth. These fathers are steady, present in the moments that matter. They lead by example, give space to grow, and teach lessons through action, not pressure. Being a Sigma male doesn't mean being emotionless. It means being intentional. Everything they do is thought out. And even when they're silent, they're still watching, guiding, and caring in their own way. So are they cold-hearted or just misunderstood? For most, the answer is clear only after time. Because it's not always easy to see their love right away. But the ones who truly know them, their children, often feel it the deepest. It's not loud, it's not showy, but it's real.